Rides that got built at Action Park would often come to Gene through people who just had a wild hair and wanted to build this crazy idea that they had.
A certain number of the Action Park rides were more or less designed in-house by people without engineering degrees, and I was certainly one of them.
There are people who are kind of on the fringes of the ride design world, people who Six Flags or Disney wanted nothing to do with. These guys would literally track Gene down at amusement industry conventions.
You could tell these guys went and did bumps of coke and went, let's just build a slide right to the fucking middle of the mountain. It'll shoot up, it'll be 20 feet in the fucking air. Like, you just couldn't trust anything there.
Guys would come to us, and no matter what the idea was, my father would try it.
And then when each of these rides went into construction, Gene would change them drastically.
Action Park's most prolific ride designer was none other than Gene himself. After designs came in, he would almost always tinker with them during construction, making them bigger, badder, more extreme. And the Cannonball Loop? Its design actually came about when Gene drew a circle on a cocktail napkin and hired some local welders to put it all together.
Many of the rides were experimental, and on paper the design looked good. But in reality, once the ride was turned on, it was not fit for a safe ride by the average person in public.
One of those rides was the Man and the Ball and the Ball. The Man and the Ball and the Ball was this giant ball that we had with ball bearings inside it with another ball. And you would open up two doors and get in the ball to go down the mountain. And what he did is the guy built it with PVC pipe all the way down the mountain.
Like, it's a great idea. You can see how someone would think that'd be a lot of fun. And I think it might work and be relatively safe. It turned out, there were limitations to it.
It's a crazy concept. I mean, it's so big and so heavy and so unwieldy that there's no way it's going to stay in any kind of track.
The day that we were going to put a live man in it, it got really hot. And he didn't realize the PVC expanded. So when we put the live man in the ball and tested to go down the mountain, the ride just fell apart, and the guy ended up going down the ski slope right over 94 into the swamp down below. It was unbelievable.
Another prototype water slide was inspired by zero-gravity airplanes. Gene's vision, riders would actually take flight as they plummeted downhill.
We built this, and we tested several versions of it, and we started sending employees off of it, and it was working perfect.
But unfortunately, after dozens of successful test flights, one went horribly wrong.
This one kid went down, and I don't know how he did it, but he got himself going way faster than anybody else had. He went way high in the air and completely missed the landing. He had to be backboarded off of the ride. He's gone on to lead a normal life, but he was hurt that day. And that was the end of that ride.